I don't say the word sucks. That was a very bad word in the 80s. And look, I'm sorry to say it now. This is supposed to be a clean show. I'm bringing this filth into it.
This is exactly right. If I'd used that kind of language when I was 18, my mother would have slapped me into the middle of next week. And she wouldn't have felt sorry about it. All right, welcome to another reaction video. This time we're going to be responding to comedian Nate Bargatze, who is going to talk about growing up Christian. This is something I know something about.
My parents, they also became Christian when I was born. And everybody's still Christian, but I got them when they were the most Christian.
I was the oldest child, and I got my parents when they were the most Christian, but then they stayed the most Christian.
I had 80s and 90s Christian parents. Well, that's the most Christian you can ever get of the Christian.
He's getting an amen. This appears to be a widespread phenomenon.
I think Jesus had more fun than I did. I was not allowed to watch anything. I mean, when they made The Simpsons, it was like, I guess they're just showing R-rated TV shows now.
Similar standards. I think probably by the time I was 15, I had seen maybe 3 movies. That's pushing it.
I was having a sleepover one night. We was 12 years old, and so a bunch of 12-year-old boys, we got sleeping bags in the living room floor. It's a very fun night. At the end of the night, I did not know they were going to do this, but at the end of the night, they're like, we're going to watch Friday the 13th. So I stand up in front of them alone, and I say, I don't think I'm allowed to watch this. I expected others to join me. When no one joined, the kid's mom came over to she was just trying to save me the embarrassment. She's trying to be sweet. And she goes, you know what? She goes, maybe just don't tell your parents about it. And I said, that's gonna be pretty hard because I've already called them and they're on their way.
This didn't really happen to me growing up, but it sure happened to our kids. They're going to a Christian birthday party with a bunch of other Christian kids. Are they showing a movie? Yeah, what movie is it? You might have to come home early.
I didn't know we could lie to these people. This is the first I'm hearing that's an option. I don't say the word sucks. Like, this sucks. I don't, because that was a very bad word in the 80s. And look, I'm sorry to say it now. This is supposed to be a clean show. I'm bringing this filth into it.
This is exactly right. If I'd used that kind of language when I was 18, my mother would have slapped me into the middle of next week. And she wouldn't have felt sorry about it.
That was a very bad word in the 80s. If you said that word in the 80s, it was like, well, good luck with drugs and life in prison. My dad took us to see the first Karate Kid at the movie theater, and they said sucks in it. And right when I heard it, I looked at my dad and I go, what kind of trash you bringing us to? So I still don't say it. Now, I have a sister, and she is 10 years younger than me, and apparently was raised by her best friends.
This is something that happens from a lot, actually. The first kid, you're hovering over them all the time, spiritually, medically, physically. And the fourth kid, you're telling them, don't bleed on the carpet.
She has no fear of them. I mean, I'm scared my dad's gonna show up tonight. She'll tell them they suck to their face. I mean, and I'm like mortified, but you can't talk to them like that. She does whatever she wants. She turned 18 and got a tattoo. And I was like, well, you're gonna get in pretty big trouble when they find that out. And she goes, I'm 18, I can do whatever I want. I go, yeah, well, I'm 28 and I'm still hiding wine, so I don't think you can. And she ruined them. You know, that's the thing that bothers me the most. She's a bad influence on them. She got a tattoo, then my dad went and got a tattoo. Yeah, I guess he figured no one's in charge anymore. I recently found out my mom got a tattoo. They tried to hide that one from me, but I found out, and I was livid when I found this out. I mean, I set them all down together, and I said, I don't think y'all should be hanging out anymore. How about that? Pardon my language, but I think it stinks what's going on. I think it stinks. Look, my parents are good people. They just got caught up in the wrong crowd.
There's a lot that's really funny here. There's also a lot of truth in it. There's the tendency to, loosen up. You've got number one kid, you want to do everything right. And number four, you've learned a lot, and you learn what flies and doesn't fly, and that sort of thing. I remember one time I was the eldest, and one time when I was in high school, my youngest brother, who was 8 years younger than I was going through a phase. He was catching it. He was getting a lot of spankings, and I was kind of concerned about it being, spiritually sensitive like Nate here. And I talked to my dad about all the spankings my brother was getting, and I said, "Is it a little bit too much? You seem to be spanking a lot more than I got it." And my dad looked at me. "Are you kidding? You got it way worse than he did," which is apparently had been expunged from my memory because the spankings apparently did a lot of good.